Halo Combat Evolved, the game that changed the Xbox forever. Halo will forever be a staple to the Xbox. With 5 games currently in its main lineup, many spin-offs, and more to come, Halo is the Xbox title. If you get an Xbox, you have to get one of the Halo titles. Obviously, Halo has a lot of story in its games. Some of them don't even include the main character, Master Chief. So I wanted to give my review on each Halo game that I've played so far, as I recently got the Master Chief collection on the Xbox One. However, each of these videos are going to be split up a lot. You'll see what I mean later on. So I'm going to stop talking now and we're going to get right into the information. The first game in this franchise is called Halo Combat Evolved. It came out in 2001 on the original Xbox. Yeah, this brick controller is what you played the game with. It was made by Bungie, who went on to make Destiny in 2007 after Halo 3. The company that took over was called and they went on to make 2 other games, Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians. The graphics of this game may look a little outdated as of now, back then this was ludicrous. Halo Combat Evolved was the launch title for the original Xbox, which at the time wasn't insanely popular. The Xbox was going to be the true Nintendo killer at the time. The 2 consoles in the running were the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo GameCube. The Xbox knocked both of the consoles out of the way to show the real big boss. Once this game came out, it completely changed the game for the other 2 companies. This game changed the industry and is the start of one of the biggest and most iconic game series ever. So let's get into the game. Halo 1's box is very interesting. It really showcases everything Halo is. I also really love the glossy look of the box. Everything here is almost slightly metallic and I really like it. The box art has so much going on. I mean, every corner has some sort of action. The attention to detail in this box art is amazing. The back of the box is also very cool. However, there is one wrong thing that doesn't make sense. The back reads, "You are the last of your kind," which was very wrong after Halo 1. It doesn't really make much sense. However, this box art is amazing and I love it. Every square inch has some sort of detail to it. This is probably my favorite box art in the Halo franchise. Opening the case has 2 things, a manual, oh boy those things died out, and the disc. The disc also has a lot of detail. Not as much as the cover, but it still has a lot. Also, I don't know if it's just my disc or not, but everything on this disc looked very brightened and almost too white. Could be just me though. The manual is great as well. It shows so much and has so much content not found in the game that it really wows me. It doesn't even spoil that much either, which is kind of difficult to do with a game like Halo. Anyways, let's get the disc out and put it in the console. Wait a second, I don't have an OG Xbox.
Well, lucky for you, I have my Xbox 360. Let's just pop the game in. Dude, but here we go. Yeah, here's a... Oh. Yeah, my disk drive's broken. Alright, well, I guess I have to use my Xbox One. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be angry about this, but I had to go through my first Halo 1 and 2 experiences on the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One. There are 2 versions of Halo 1 and 2, both being anniversary editions of each game. There's an option to change the graphics to their OG Xbox form, which I did do for some of the missions. The game also runs a lot smoother rather than playing it on any other console. So, we're going to be reviewing the Master Chief Collection versions of these games. Let's jump right into the game, shall we? Before we get into the plot, I just want to point out that there's obviously a big spoiler alert here, so that if you want to play the games, you should probably skip this part. I'll give you a few seconds. Alright, that should do it. Halo Combat Evolved starts off on the Pillar of Autumn, which is a ship owned by the United Nations Space Command, or UNSC for short. It comes out of Slipspace, which is Halo's version of traveling through space. You learn about the Covenant, which consists of aliens who have started a war with the human race. I know, a lot to take in, but try to keep following. They find a ring object in space that looks similar to Earth. The Covenant wants this ring object for some apparent reason, so they go after it. Master Chief, or Spartan 117, destroys some Covenant monsters in-game before you go to the ring planet. You get to destroy some more Covenant monsters before Cortana, your artificial intelligence used on the Pillar of Autumn, explains to you that the Covenant has a codename for the ring planet, which, get this, is Halo. I know, a total shot in the dark for this game. Halo apparently has some sort of religious intent and can also be used as a weapon. The Covenant might want to use it against the human race, and it is now in your hands to stop them. The captain of the Pillar of Autumn, Captain Keyes, is taken and held hostage by the Covenant, and now it is up to you to save him. You save him in the next mission. Once Master Chief and Cortana get to the control room, Cortana learns the true power of Halo. She tells Chief to stop Captain Keyes from searching for an answer to the weapon that Halo is. While Master Chief is trying to find Captain Keyes, he discovers a new enemy. The Flood. I hate the Flood. Before playing this game, I genuinely thought the Flood was an event, not a monster race. Once I found out what these things were, I was pretty terrified. I mean, look at these things. These things look like frickin' Predator's babies. Now, Halo actually has a caretaker who is called 343 Guilty Spark, which named the company 343, which now owns Halo. 343 Guilty Spark asked Master Chief for assistance in activating the defenses for Halo. Cortana stops Master Chief from doing this, as what she learned was that Halo, if activated, kills every sentient life form in the galaxy. I know, this game got dark really fast. 343 Guilty Spark is now angry and is like,
Bro, give me back the index if you aren't gonna activate the ring.
so he attacks Master Chief and they decide to destroy Halo themselves to stop the flood. They need to get Captain Key's code to destroy Halo. They find him and, oh, he got killed by the flood. Once they find the codes, they go back to the control room and destroy Halo.
That's the game.
Just kidding, this idiot says
Nope, not today.
and stops Master Chief for a second time. People ask me why I hate 343 Guilty Spark. I don't get how you don't understand that Wheatley from Portal is basically the Guilty Spark of Portal. Not too many people like Wheatley when he's evil, right? Well, there you go. So, Master Chief escapes from Guilty Spark again after a very confusing boss battle and finally starts the detonation process. They leave by one of the Autumn's fighters after a really cool Warthog run. A Warthog is one of the game's vehicles. We'll talk about that later. This run is so epic and is definitely worth the confusing boss fight. After you escape one of the Autumn's fighters, the Covenant, UNSC forces, and Flood are all destroyed as well as the Halo installation. That right there is the ending to Halo Combat Evolved. It's a lot to take in, and it's probably better to play the game instead of listening to my explanation, but it's a start. The game is a lot darker than I thought it was. I was very pleased with how it all concluded. So now, let's go more in depth on everything. The main characters of this game are mostly well thought. Master Chief, the main character of the game, is very inhuman-like and really is supposed to be you. I really love this character because he's just so cool. His helmet is also extremely iconic and super nice looking. Cortana, being an AI, is not a crazy fleshed out character, and is basically the helper of Master Chief the entire game. She's alright, but she isn't as good as she is in Halo 2. Captain Keyes is a very weird character. I never felt as attached to him as some of the other characters in the following games. His death wasn't as heartfelt as some of the other deaths in the franchise. He never really made me give him any attention when I played through. Sergeant Johnson is barely in the game and is more of a likable character than Captain Keyes was. I really like him, and I like him even more in the following games. The Covenant monsters are basic Goombas and Koopas, and they don't necessarily have any personality. Guilty Spark is a character I always hated, and you've already seen that. The Flood is extremely annoying to fight. Think Black Ops Zombies, but with small things you can barely hit. Oh, wait, Hellhounds. Whatever, these things literally suck to fight. However, let's move on. The weapons in this game are amazing. I can't even explain to you how refreshing it feels to have some originality in weapons other than Sniper, AR, SMG, Sniper. Each of these weapons seem to be different in some sort, and I like it. Let's do a quick opinion on each of them. The basic assault rifle is, well, an assault rifle. It's basic and the game basically asks you to give it away as it gives you so many other options. There's not much to say about it. The sniper is the same way. It's not used very much in this game, and when it is, it's a very short amount of time before you pick some other weapon. I personally do not care for either of these guns, even though they might be iconic. The pistol is very broken in this game. It does way too much damage. Every time I use this, I feel like whatever I hit it with is getting a plane driven through them. It's even worse because it's one of the weapons you're given at the beginning of a mission, too. Pretend you were a baby with a knife. Obviously, no one will trust you because it's a huge deal. So, this thing is broken. The plasma pistol is the equivalent of an unpopular popular kid at school. It is pretty cool, but you want to switch it out pretty fast after you get it. You only really use it because you have to. Some people might like it, most people do not. I am part of the people that use it just because I'm out of ammo in my other guns. The plasma rifle is given to you after killing an elite. I personally like this weapon. I used it a lot in my Halo 1 playthrough, and it lasts long enough that it feels really nice to use. It also is decently strong. I would use this over these any day. The RPG is really only used in this game to take out huge enemies that you can't take out with your grenades. I used this in like 2 missions, I believe. It's not used very often. Now for the Halo weapon. The Needler. The Needler. This is the definition of a Halo gun. This is the Halo gun. I absolutely suck with it. I love this gun's design. It is awesome. When you use the entire magazine of the needles and they all stick, the explosion of an enemy is seriously the most satisfying thing in the world. I love the Needler. even though I might suck with it. The shotgun is also used and is pretty broken for the Flood. Whenever there's a big group, just boop them with the shotgun. It's very helpful for the annoying Flood. The grenades are also original, with the plasma and frag grenades. The frag grenades relatively function like normal grenades. You just throw them and they blow up. The plasma grenades are awesome. They stick to anything you throw it to, and it has a pretty big blast radius. It helps even more because these things are given to you like candy on a hot Halloween night. I love these things. Obviously, when you use these things, you're using them against enemies. While Halo might be your average first-person shooter, it does not feel like that at all. Each enemy has their own weakness and strengths, and I really like that because it almost makes you strategize while shooting at them. You might want to use certain weapons or vehicles against an enemy, and it's awesome. The vehicles in this game are also super cool as well. The Warthog functions like a normal car, and you can drive it around with people shooting the Gatling gun from the back, which is super cool. I love driving this thing, and it's super fun to use, although it does have a weakness. It's god dang traction. The Warthog's traction literally sucks. It takes a while to get used to because everything feels like ice. You're literally driving on a frozen pond. However, you know, in all seriousness, you need to have some sort of weakness for this thing. Next is the tank, or the Scorpion, as it's called in game. This thing is busted. Obviously, that's the point of a tank, but this thing can take out whatever it pleases. Want to take out a group of elites? Bam. Want to take out a group of jackals sniping at you? Bam. Want to kill a bunch of preschoolers? Wait, that's not safe. The Ghost is really cool too. It's faster than most of the vehicles, even if it doesn't have the boost like in the rest of the Halo franchise. I don't understand its name though. No ghosts ride this thing, unless... Wait a second. Is Master Chief dead? No. This is not a game theory, come on. The Banshees are the main source of air traveling in this game, not counting ships, which are only in cutscenes, and it's only used at the end of the game. They're alright. That's all I can say for now until Halo 2, which is where they become godlike. Let's get into the missions of the game. This game feels very, very repetitive in level design. There are basically 3 types of levels in this game: overground, underground, and aircraft. They all basically look the same too. This game's levels are very bland and repetitive, which did turn me off on the basic design. However, the feels of the level do make you feel like you're in a different level each time, which I like. Overall, they're pretty decent missions, but just a little bit bland. The story buffs up the repetitive design a lot. The soundtrack in this game is really what makes Halo, well, Halo. Anytime I hear something from the Halo soundtrack, I can tell it's Halo. The melodies, the instruments, the drums, everything is what defines Halo. Obviously, you've heard this song. But once you hear this in the game, it's literally so worth it and so well fitting for the game. It matches the game's tone so well. I think the soundtrack is really what defines Halo even today. I mean, look at Halo 5. That game has a terrible soundtrack, and tell me, is that game good? No, it is not. Halo Combat Evolved is a game that I thought I'd never play. I stuck to Call of Duty, Splatoon 1 and 2, and all those other shooters for such a long time that I never thought Halo and Master Chief would be worth seeing. You might even be thinking that too as you're watching this video. I know I saw that when I first picked up the games. I wasn't even heavily into shooters until I finished Halo 1. Halo is truly one of the best shooters out there. It even says that on the box, so yeah, you gotta know it's true. You might want to play the whole
console wars
card with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, but you can't disagree that Halo changed the shooter and the gaming industry for years and years to come. Overall, Halo Combat Evolved and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, because that's how I played it, has a lot of strengths and weaknesses, and I'm gonna have to give this game an 8 out of 10. I think this game has an incredible story, but some of the game's gameplay elements just are slightly off. They might be able to improve it with the next game, Halo 2. However, I won't ever forget my first playthrough of Halo Combat Evolved. I'm super happy with this game. You should really try it. I can recommend it forever, but it's not really worthwhile unless you actually play it. So, I leave you with this. These graphics did not age as well as I thought. Sonic Adventure, what do you have to say about this?
Something bugging you?
Oh, boy. It could be a lot worse.